Hey there guys, Mr. Beer back with another video, and today I wanted to review the first two Fantastic Four movies, because in preparation for Fantastic Four First Step, which is coming out Friday when I film this on Monday of the week, so just starting off with the first one. The first one is the 1994 one, which you could find on YouTube because it got canceled. You can find it on YouTube, so I searched it up and I found it on YouTube. It's only an hour and 30 minutes long, and you can find it on YouTube for free. It's like somebody just uploaded it. Just give my thoughts on this. I've never seen it before this watch. I've seen all the other Fantastic Four movies before I started rewatching it in preparation. But yeah, I've never. This is the only one I've never seen. And watching it, it's not a very good movie. It's pretty bad, in fact. Just starting off with some of the negatives. Like, it's weird that Sue was like a kid when Reed was in college and they knew each other still. Like, that's pretty weird that Reed knew Sue when she was a kid and he was in college. Like, and then they eventually ended up, and when I first saw that, I was like, oh, so like they'll have like a more so like a father-daughter relationship than the romance in the comics. But then they still go for the romance, which is really weird. I don't really like that. Also, just the effects in this suck. Like, the Thing's costume is like awful. And it's like, it's 1994 and the effects are like 70s effects. They're really bad. Like, whenever Johnny goes full flame on, like, Jurassic Park came out a year before this. And yeah, also, talking about that, the theme in this movie sucks, and they keep on playing it because it's like a bootleg, a Temu version of the Jurassic Park theme, and it's like, there's a lot of it that they just took from the Jurassic Park theme and started playing the piano. And they play it over and over again, and it's like, oh my god, this is really bad. I played in odd moments too. Then like the costumes are really bad. Like even like the normal outfits that Sue, Reed, and Johnny wear, they're also really bad. The acting isn't really that bad, but it's not very good. You know, Doctor Doom's costume is bad. And there's this whole weird subplot with like Mole Man. I think that's Mole Man. He's not like Mole Man though. He's like, he kind of reminds me of like a hobo leprechaun. It's weird. He's not really much like Mole Man because he doesn't like control mole people. Instead, he just has a bunch of hobos who live in the sewers. That was really weird with an Alicia Masters. That was a weird subplot. But yeah, there just really isn't like anything that good to say about the movie, I guess. Like, the acting isn't bad. It's not an awful movie. It's just not that good. It's bland. It's kind of forgettable. There really isn't much to say, and it's just not a very good movie. It's pretty boring. It's really slow. The effects, like, even like the camera quality is really bad. It came out in 1994. I guess that's really it I have to say about this movie. I couldn't go too much into detail about it because it's just a pretty forgettable movie, and I only watched it like a couple hours ago. On to the next movie, which is the 2005 movie, which, from what I can remember of all of them, is my favorite Fantastic Four movie. I haven't rewatched Rise of the Silver Surfer or Fan4stick yet. That's the second video. I do like this movie. It's not a great movie by any means, but first off, I do have nostalgia for it. I usually don't have nostalgia for most things, but this is something that I do have nostalgia for. And second off, it just gets the spirit of Fantastic Four down, and the casting's amazing. Just look at the original four. like Jessica Alba isn't a great actor, but she's there to be hot, and she is. So yeah, but yeah, she isn't like a great actor in this, but like she does a good enough of a job, and it's really like the script that is kind of like limiting her being as much of the Sue from the comics, but you know she's really hot, which is her entire purpose in this movie. So yeah, essentially, and then like I forget Mr. Fantastic names. I think it's whatever. I forget Mr. Fantastic's name. I forget his name, but yeah, Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. He does a really good job in this. He looks a lot like the comic character, and he acts a lot like the comic character. He does a really good job. Michael Chiklis as the Thing. He does a really good job too. I really like the practical effects on his costume because, like, the other practical effects are outdated and they usually prefer CGI for the Thing. But I think they really did a good job with the practical effects in this movie. And then, Chris Evans as Johnny Storm. He did a really good job in this too. Like, yeah. They all did a great job, so, you know, even like the effects in this, like for a 2005 movie and for stretching effects, which still really don't look really good today. Like stretching effects have never been done like perfect, at least even remotely perfect, to this day. And then, but they still have a really good job, and yeah, they do a really good job at using at doing the stretchy effects. That they do a good job with that. So yeah, that's pretty impressive. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, so then, yeah, they do a good job with the fire effects too. But yeah, I do think this gets the spirit of Fantastic Four right, of the fun, like, kind of like 60s thing. I know it doesn't take place in the 60s, but still, it gets the spirit of Fantastic Four right, which I really like. You know, it's also just a fun movie. It goes by quick, you know, it's an hour and 45. Like, that's surprising because it feels like an hour and 30, you know. It goes by really quick. It's just a fun, it's a purely fun movie. I like how the characters use their powers casually, like Mr. Fantastic stretching to get the toilet paper and stuff. Johnny heating up the popcorn with like his hands. But yeah, you know, like I said, it's a really fun movie that had great casting. It doesn't take itself too seriously. It's a pretty cheesy movie, which yeah, I don't know. I just really like the movie. Victor Von Doom's even pretty good in this, even though he's not very comic accurate. That's kind of probably the worst part of this movie is Victor Von Doom, to be fair. Is that he's not great in the movie. He's like, but yeah, because yeah, I don't like how they made him like go on this trip and then like he was like proposing, he was gonna propose to Sue, and then then he got metal powers and electricity powers, and then you know he still wears the mask. That's really weird because in the comics he's essentially like, in the comics he worked with Reed in college. He got scarred from a project that they made, and then he blamed Reed for it, and then he went and like rolled over Latveria, and then he built like essentially an Iron Man suit, which is which is a Doctor Doom suit, and then yeah, he didn't have any powers, but yeah, it's really weird that they did that. Also, like, not to mention that Reed literally risks he risks the Earth like blowing up, just so he could live, just so like the Fantastic Four could live. Like he tells Johnny to go supernova when Doctor Doom's only attacking the Fantastic Four. Like when supernova, he said earlier, could blow up the entire, like could destroy the entire Earth, kill everybody. So yeah, I don't really like that because that's pretty selfish that he did that. Even if he did have a plan, like it's still like it could have blown up, it could have killed everybody on the Earth. So yeah, that's kind of stupid. So yeah, but yeah. And yeah, those are my thoughts on the movie. I didn't have much. I didn't have too much to say for this movie either. I guess just like yeah. But yeah. I'm just thinking about some more stuff to say. I do like. Oh yeah, I really like Ben and Reed's like arc and like battle through this movie. How like Ben gets angry at Reed and like Ben loses everything because that was the thing. And then yeah, he finds Alicia Masters, and then they fight. And then even he gets the power. He gets his powers reversed, and then he gets his powers back to go fight Doom, and then to save like Reed and stuff. That was cool. I really like that, and I really like that Johnny and Ben's bickering. Those are really good too. And yep. So yeah. Overall, I think this was a really good movie. Well, I don't know about really good. I think it was a good movie. It's a fun movie, and yeah. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the first two, and I do intend on doing a review for Rise of the Silver Surfer and Fan 4 Stick. So yeah, I'll be on the lookout for that. So yeah, and those are just my thoughts on the first two Fantastic Four movies, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.